Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And uh, sorry, I've been dragging my feet. Uh, I'm in the Philippines, and a very, uh, a very important chain of events has occurred. And I'll tell you, I was here about a week, and man, and I had this taxi cab driver says, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I said, "Well, I'm here looking for a wife." And he says, "Well, I know someone." And I said, "Okay." He says, "What is it that you're looking for?" And anybody that's does their stuff here in the Philippines, they usually get their 20-some-year-old brides. And I told him, "Well, I'm looking for something 30 to 50. And looking for either a teacher, a nurse, or a doctor." And, it's not that easy to find those kind of people in these countries. And he says, "Well, I've got the perfect girl for you." And, I said, "Yeah, of course." And so he gave me a ride, and then he gave me his card with a telephone number, and I gave him mine. And so he's got my number, and I got his. And then he says, "Okay." He called me the next day. And, well, let's see, the next day I had to get my visa. And so I went down to get my visa taken care of. And it's lengthy and nasty and all this stuff. And I started doing it. I thought, "Oh, man, I don't know if I can do this or not." And then the guy says, "Here, come here, come here." And so I went over there to him, and he says, "What are you doing? What are you looking for?" And I said, "Well, I'd like to get a 6-month visa." And what you do is you get a 1-month visa, and then for extended, and then I guess I don't know if you get another one, and then you get the 6-month. I don't know what it is, but he told me uh, the oh, he told me we'll worry about it. And he says uh, it'll cost about uh, what was it, 20,000 to do all this, 20,000 pesos. And then I said, "Well, I got," and then he says, "Well, we'll do it." And it'll be another 20,000, and we'll have it all done for you tomorrow. Just come pick it up tomorrow. And I go, "Whoa, what? what's this? I don't recognize anything like this happening. And so the next day is when I went and got my visa. And then another thing was I had to buy I've got a one-way ticket here, and then made me buy another one-way to leave. You're supposed to have one. You're supposed to have a ticket to leave. So I went, picked up my visa, and then now I can go get my refundable refundable ticket, and that was $400, 400 some dollars. And so I got that, and then so I got my visa, and then I'm getting ready to go. And then the what you call it, the taxi cab driver called me, and he says, "Well, here, I'll take you, and we'll get that ticket exchanged for you." I was okay. And then I got in the car, we're going, and he says, "Well, do you mind if we picked up this girl and took her with us?" He says, "I'm sure you like her. She's really nice." And I thought, what the hell? And I did. I said, okay, do I do? So we stopped picking up the girl, and then she got in the cab, and I started looking at her, and I thought, what the hell? She was 35 years old, and I thought, what's the story? And we went on and to the Philippines office to get my ticket, my money back for my ticket. And so she came with me, and he said, "Well, she'll go with you. Make sure you got it." Well, okay. And so she did, and she seems. I'll tell you, the first thing that I noticed, the first thing is she was drop dead gorgeous, and I thought, man, I hate making a decision on somebody like that, So and so I did, and so she went in, and we talked, and this kind of stuff, and the lady says, "Well, how come you want your money back?" I said, "Well, I don't need the ticket." And she said, "What for? What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, I come here looking for a woman to marry." And so then she smiled, and she looked at the gal that was with me, and said something to her in their language, and they smiled and laughed and all this kind of stuff. And so, I got my money back, and I couldn't believe that it's happened that fast. And I'm not worried about the looks. and that's what I told my family in the States. I said, I'm coming here, and then I'm looking for somebody 30 to 50, teacher, uh, nurse, or a doctor. I wanted somebody smart. And so then after all that, I thought, you know, this gal's really pretty. I mean, drop dead pretty. And I, normally I thought, well, I can get get whatever I want, but it's just the idea. It's not going to work. But this, she's nice, and so I got her, and we went back to the taxi cab driver took us to the mall, and we did our thing at the mall. And I kept asking her all these questions, and you know, I'll tell you. All right, this is how. Okay, well, so far I'm telling you everything that's happened. Okay, now one of the things that we were talking and talking and talking, trying to feel each other out, and she says that she was interested. And I thought, shit, man, why? Interested. And I told her, well, I'm looking to get married. And she knew what I was talking about. And she said it would be an open idea for her. And so we ended up, I went, well, the bus, or the taxi cab driver says, well, we're going to go tomorrow. I said, what are you talking about? He said, we're going to go over to outside the city where he lives. And so I thought, damn, so we did. And he made sure he had his house set up for us. So we had a place, and I'm thinking, shit, man, I don't know. And anyway, it worked. It seemed to work out really well. And, I said, do you think we can get married? So for me, I mean, this is what, 3 days, 2 days, and I'm ready to get married. And she says, I've got 4 children. And 4 children. What am I going to do with 4 children? And so, I just panicked. I couldn't think. My brain was not thinking. And then we went to his house, and he was talking and letting me know that it's no big deal. she's got 4 kids. Okay, it's no big deal. Okay, now the first thing is she is a world traveler. The Arab countries she's hired a nanny, and so that's what her job was. And she's home she was home for 1 month, and then now, you know, now what? I mean, it's just really crazy. And so, I didn't, that's it. I'm sorry, I screwed up and all this. And then he started talking, and he had 4 kids. And his wife died. And so now he's got another wife, and they got 1 kid. And, I said, whoa, how does all that work? And that's why you have a family unit. Okay, so the family unit takes care of the 4 kids and leaves him to go out and get another woman. And so I thought, man, this is what's going on. I mean, how do these people, how do you work this out? And that's what he said. He says her kids are old enough to take care of themselves. And I thought, shit, oh, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So, but I'll just better let it go with that. Just Mike. Don't stress Mike.com.